Going?
Be like, this is Texas TTI.
No, this is, I'm ranting from you in TTI, man. This is Texas Torah Institute. I went to a Musser Schmooze here tonight. I just came because there was free chilling, and the kishka was darn good, man. And I was trying to explain to them that modern Orthodox people, for some reason, I don't know, they don't know how to make kishka. They just don't have it meaty. It's very, very liberal, very friendly. But kishka is like a meaty thing. It's like Gemara. That's why, women don't learn Gemara, because they can't be meaty. They're not, yelling at each other, so, Shengel, how was the kugel this Shabbos? Oh, it was great. It was oily. The men loved it. Their hearts were stopping from it. It was amazing. So anyway, I was thinking about different ways they woke us up in the yeshiva. I don't know why I thought of this during a Musser Schmooze, but the guy's speaking all bringing us Shar Tshuva and this Sharm. He's pounded it in. I'm like, man, that would be an awesome post. The guy, so. I remember in yeshiva, they used to wake us up with the good old loud, blaring music without any bass. They would turn the treble all the way up, and you'd have but there was no horns. It was just screeching, loud, disgusting. They put it in a perfect spot, right next to the bathroom. So when you woke up and you had to pee really, really badly, you have to run to the bathroom with your ears closed, with your bathroom's your bathroom's fluttering about. Dude, I don't need no headphones. And your bathroom's fluttering about, and you're oh my god, I can't do it. And you're holding, and you're trying to, and you're peeing, and you're your ears are on your head. And you come back, try to get back in the bed, and then the Rebbe comes in, he slams open the door, turns on the light, tears you out of bed. If you didn't get out of bed, he'd pour water on you. It was threatened water. There's the threaten of water coming with the washing cup, but not really. So I never got the water thing. I just got yelled at and screamed at, and I always came on time to chakras. I was a really goody-goody. But once I was in chakras, Baruch Hu came, Tachnan, whole time. Monday, Thursdays was the best. Tachnan was the whole chakras. It was a constant thing. You'd have them come and flicking, and they'd be no, you can't sleep with your tefillin. I was I'd take it off, and then I'd go back to sleep. They wouldn't have an excuse, And there was the whole strategy. There were other ways they woke up. So since they always, the Rebbe, after the wake-up guy was paid a certain amount. The wake-up guy happened to be the guy that marked you down. You were there on time for chakras. So if you were good buddies with the wake-up guy, then you got in. You got a little, you came 5 or 10 minutes late. You got a little star. It's kind of like gold stars and green stars and red stars. And it didn't mean we were going to get candy. It meant you were either going to get a kanas or you weren't going to get a kanas. That's sort of what it was. And in some years, they gave us detention. They tried detention in yeshiva. Detention in yeshiva doesn't work because people sneak out the windows and pay base medrash guys to let them out early. And it was that guy sitting there with the Gemara, and he's not really looking at you, and suddenly he looks up and you're not there, and there's a $5 bill on his desk. I never really got detention. I was a pretty good kid. But I remember in yeshiva on Shabbos, the Rebbe's would do the same exact thing on Shabbos afternoon. They'd come in, slam open the door, turn on the light, walk out, and you're sitting there oh my god. Every Shabbos, the guy because he always did it so much that it was a constant thing. It was that's how it was. But some people got their beds. We lived in an old hospital, so there were old hospital beds. They take out their bed and put it in the middle of the thing. And I don't. There's this famous story about this guy who decided one morning he slept naked, but one morning he was gonna oversleep, so the Rebbe would tear off his covers, and there he'd be for everyone to see in the middle of the hall. So I never really witnessed this, but I heard about these different things in wake up. But there was a lot of strategies no one wanted, and after, the best class was Mishnah Berurah Seder, because it was right after chakras, and you're sitting there oh my god, and then it's breakfast. So if you got in, if you were able to hide, the beds had a little gap between the wall and the bed, so if you were able to tuck yourself in between that, stuff the covers in and pretend there was no one there, you can essentially leave after you got your mark, which was right by Baruch Hu, go upstairs and sleep right to 9:40 until Gemara Shir. It was such good strategy. And if you were even more connected, you can go to the 3rd floor to the base medrash, because they never checked the base medrash. I don't know why they assumed base medrash guys were better than high school guys, because the base medrash guys were just as evil. They were just it was sanctioned evil. I see some thumbs going down here, all these base medrash guys. These guys are really good, even though they're not wearing white shirts. This guy here with green glasses on, man. I mean, I don't even. This guy's wearing a white shirt. The guy who was filming's wearing a white shirt because he went to Tells. But these other guys are these guys are Chavetz guys are known for their more modernish ways and modernish ways. Modernish ways? There's some new hawks in Yeshiva by the day where they were telling me about. You know that people don't say Shalom Aleichem anymore. They say Shalom. And I'm thinking, I'm like, they're trying to go with the modern people. Not even the modern people. You know those people, you're walking down the street and there's always some guys like, Shalom. And you're like, Shalom, man. You know, like, they have to do it. They're like, dude, Jews. It's like Amish people. It's like freaking Amish people. They're walking down the street and you're like, oh my God, dude, say something. They're Jews. We want to see their horns. Or maybe they'll, like, you know, jump down and grab some pennies from the floor. And they're like, Shalom. You know, throw a couple pennies on the floor. They never did it to me, but I wish in high school kids used to throw it out because I used to collect change. I would, like, go into kids' rooms because everyone would, like, drop change down on their beds. I would, like, collect all the change and stuff. I had a whole, like, yeshiva economy going on. I used to bake cakes. And cooking wasn't allowed in the dorms because it's fire hazard. I don't know how cooking in your toaster oven became a fire hazard. But it was funny because during, like, the fire inspections, you'd have one guy on a walkie-talkie and the other guy would be like, okay, the fire inspector's on the 3rd floor. Go change all the batteries and the smoke detectors. So, like, before they got to the room, they would change the batteries and they would take them out and change them. It was, like, such freaking cheap bastards. They, like, couldn't afford to put, like, a double C or whatever, one of those random, like, big fatty, like, batteries that look like half a hot dog's, like, in the smoke detector. I never really understood it, but I'm done. I don't like this one.